wondering what this is, hi, I'm Taylor. I'm one half of TGS Games, along with my business partner Corey. We make tabletop RPGs here. That's on our main Wednesday night stream, which you can find the same channel on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Tuesdays, Corey and I kind of trade off streaming duties to do little specialty streams. When he does it, he does really cool like art, graphic design tutorials, kind of showing how, giving sort of a behind-the-scenes peek at how the Vault Peddler sausage is made, so to speak. And I make TTRPG music in a little segment that we call Background Ballads. So that's what we're doing here today. I am going to just go ahead and start making something here in just a minute. I want to say for anybody who is new, welcome to the stream. And if you're curious about how this stuff is made, one of the reasons that I do what I do is I want to kind of arm people, arm GMs looking to put a more personal touch on their games with the information and the know-how to kind of do this themselves. So if you do have questions, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to see what I can do to get that taken care of. Okay, so with all of that introduction out of the way, I am going to go ahead and just put a tag on this saying that this is going to be a very short background ballad. Corey and I went to PAX this last weekend. I am exhausted. I'm swimming upstream trying to keep caught up with work and everything. So I'm going to make the ballad, and then normally I would go through the process of structuring it and all that. I'm going to leave that aspect of it for a later time. Once I have a couple of really good sets of loops here, that's going to be the end of tonight's story. And then you guys will just have to deal with getting the full version of it when we release it on whatever the new track is going to be. Okay, cool. So, that being said, it does look like that's coming through on the stream, which is great. Okay, cool. Just a minute. I feel like I lean into this a lot. We're going to make a chill lo-fi hip-hop beat, because that is just what comes easiest. The reason we're going to do that is because making 8 bars of that beat, super easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It just makes it so that it just makes it so that those loops are longer and they feel a little bit more digestible. Just a little bit louder. stream. Nice to have you with us. Thanks for joining in again and watching me flail on mini drums. Work, but fuck it. The voice is a bit muffled. Wonder why that is. Let's see here. Okay, I can't see any reason why it would be muffled. It's not on MIDI channels. It's not coming in there. Could be a levels thing. Yeah, let's try. We're gonna bring the Reaper level down a little bit. Jesus, that snare though. Don't call it power drums for nothing. Compressor, thinking like a light. Don't want it to be too. Don't want it to be too aggressive. It's kind of like just steady rock kick. really sleepy kind of fantasy thing that we're looking for. That actually might be too much. Let's try. I actually still think it needs more. So let's keep going here. great. No. PAX was this last weekend. You're absolutely right. We had a great time. I am exhausted as a result, which probably, I don't know how I normally look, but this is a more tired version of me for sure. I still haven't completely gotten back to normal. Hence the especially chill music that I'm making today. Did we make the most of it? Absolutely, yes, we did. We squeezed every hour out of that weekend that I think we possibly could have. There was very few instances where I really took any time away from the conference. I saw a friend on Sunday for like 2 hours. Otherwise, we were there. We handed out all 300 of the minis and stickers and business cards that we created. We passed all of them out in like a combined hour. I have never seen product move that fast. And granted, we were giving them away for free, which I'm sure had something to do with it. That being said, we may very well look into like getting a table next year, if nothing else than to host some like playthroughs of the game. But yeah, thank you so much for asking. We're very excited about it. Corey and I will talk about it for sure in more detail on tomorrow's stream. But it was a great time. Yeah, absolutely, right? The great thing about these, let me pull them up here. So this is Spitfire Audio. They have a great selection of paid stuff. I actually haven't used any of them because they have a fantastic library of like free, they call them like texture pads. But Spitfire Audio, highly recommend if you are a music producer working on a budget. They have something for probably everything you're looking for. Like I could do a whole background ballad using just stuff that they've provided. But yeah, this granular piano thing really has that very ethereal kind of vibe to it, which I really like. something tougher. This might not be the one, honestly. My favorite part of making a background ballad is just going through the different voices. Oh, that's interesting. Just writes a bass line for you. That's cool. Let's see I'm not gonna lie, that one just kind of felt like cheating. Sexy robots. Fuck, that was the easiest bass line I've ever made. Gonna remember that one. wetter. Yeah, so probably a healthy amount of saturation would probably help a lot of that. How should I put it on this guy here? Yeah, so if you're familiar with music production, all that means, it's just bringing out more of the effects in the mix for this particular effect that you're putting onto it. The dry signal is what you call just the signal of the raw instrument going into the effect. So you see wet and dry used a lot in these actually. But yeah, it just means how much of the effect that you're using is present, whether it's delay, or whether it's like reverb, or whether it's EQ, or what have you. You know what? I'm gonna put a fucking delay on this. Oh, yeah. thought the exact same thing when I hit that weird sour note going into that chromatic stuff. Thank you so much, Gemerary. I am so sorry about that. I did a classic me, and I left the background music running the entire time I've been building this. So that's fun. Gemerary, you have my eternal gratitude for telling me that I fucked up. God, I do it. You're new to the stream. I can see it's your first time. I do this all the time, and it sucks. First time back after PAX. Haven't missed yet. Okay, well, that means that for the people who are tuned in, you're going to hear this song now for the first time, the way it was supposed to be heard. So let's go ahead and see what we've got so far. I'm so glad you did too. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, what's going on here? It's some weird. Something's not adding up. somewhere here I have jumped the shark as far as rhythms go. These are all supposed to be roughly the same length, but I've done something that I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what I've done. I wish that like the majority of art wasn't about figuring out the many ways you fucked up. Okay. we got here? We may be coming to the end of this one early, I think. Even just as a completed track. You know, I think in hindsight, my biggest issue right now is just the sound of the drums. They sound way too aggressive for what I really want them to be. So I think what I'm going to do, just bring all of these guys here. Let's actually just bring everything. Dungeon of the Endless. I'm not familiar. Tabletop or video game? Did you game? Gotcha. Yeah, I'm so far behind on playing video games. Like, the last one I really got excited for was, I think, Metal Gear 5. And that was like, Jesus, I don't even know how long ago now. Probably like 10 years or something like that. Something to that effect. But I really haven't been like into video games nearly as much as I used to be before that. Which is weird, because it was a huge thing for me prior to that point. I played video games all the time. But yeah, I'm very behind the ball. Yeah, I definitely get that. Um, like, I think for me, what it was is just like a lot of the time, video games just for me kind of became less satisfying. Just not. There wasn't like a moment where I said, "Oh, I'm not really. I just am not getting this anymore." But it was just more of like a gradual. It just stopped doing anything for me. Um, there's still been the occasional game since then that like I've enjoyed a lot. Like I really liked Breath of the Wild when that came out. I I really like Skyrim, even though it seems to be a very like overdone game. Fair. I don't care. I'll play it on my toaster. I'll play it on my phone when they put it on there. Um, but like, yeah, as a general thing, I don't know. Like for me, de-stressing is well, if I'm being honest, for me, de-stressing is barely even a thing. I'm really bad at it, which you could probably tell from the everything about me. Um, I always feel like I need to be doing stuff. I had this conversation with Corey a lot over the last weekend about how like it's very much like a shark. Like if you stop swimming, then you'll die. And I don't know. I've been struggling with that a lot lately. Um, so I don't know. Like video games for me are as bad as anything else that isn't like actively trying to work my brain to do stuff, which I probably need to not do nearly as bad. Um, anyways, let me see here. I'm gonna stop talking for just a second. Let me get this glued. Let's actually do this whole thing here. Because I think no matter what, we've actually got the... I think we have the building blocks now. It's just a matter of getting the right stuff here. Okay. Okay. So I think actually this is kind of a rare thing for what I usually do here. But I am actually going to end this track, I think, with a different bit than what I started with. Normally, if you watch this show a lot, let me see here, relate to the shark thing when I'm alone with my thoughts, tend to beat myself up. Overcome, add, and be productive, or turn off my brain with a video game. Yeah, that's exactly it, right? Um, I don't know, like I get very anxious not doing anything. I used to be really good at it, which I think is maybe a part of the problem. Um, and when I started getting my act together in like my early to mid 20s, it very much became this sense of like, I have to be doing stuff. And if I'm not doing stuff, then I'm going back to like being who I was before. And who I was before kind of fucking sucked. And I don't want to do that either. Um, but now 10 years later, I'm sitting here like, oh, who I am right now is also like, it's a progression for sure, but it's still not like great. It's still not healthy for me. Um, so I don't know, maybe I need to take up Tai Chi or something like that, or meditation. Um, anyways, yeah. We're going to end this track with a different instrument. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there is where that's going to end. Glue these together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn around, and then it's just going to start. Cool. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get all these. Yeah, I think that works great. Okay, cool. So let's see here. Ba. Turn around. Yeah. Okay, perfect. I think that works just great. All right, cool. We need a name for this. I kind of liked sorry, I was laughing at Boar Grinder. Uh in the Hall of the Moon Queen. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what is going to be happening moving forward with Background Ballads. I think I mentioned this 2 weeks ago. Um, we are so far behind on, on getting these things out. I've talked with Corey about it, and he agrees that what we probably need to do at this point is take the ones we have not published, in addition to some other stuff that you've maybe heard on this stream that I have not yet published, and turn it into an album and put the album out instead of doing the bunch of singles to get ourselves caught up. So let's take a quick look here. This is going to be very embarrassing for me. So Background Ballads. What do we have here? I know that A Mask Lifted is online. I know that Into the Sunrise and Sunset is there, and Under the Red River is there. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from Background Ballads has not been uploaded. In addition to that, Vault Peddlers. All of these guys are tracks from when we did our first playtest of Vault Peddlers a few months back. I made all of these as well, and they are not available anywhere. We need to put them out. And so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So with the 6 that we don't have published, that's 15 songs, baby. So that's more than enough to put out an album. I am going to see if Corey can make some thumbnail art for for a cover for the album. And our plan then will be to put that album of, again, free music out on our Drive-Thru RPG. On that note, let me see, more accessible for people. Downloading things on Drive-Thru is kind of a chore. Yeah, no, I know for sure. And we would really love to host all of these things through the website itself. Unfortunately, one of the drawbacks of Squarespace is it really does not give you that much storage options. Like individual files can't be more than, I think, 20 megabytes. And the whole site doesn't allow you to have more than 100 megabytes stored on it. We looked into maybe upping our plan on there to see if maybe we could, get more storage or something like that. And it just doesn't seem like that's an option either. We did also have another thought of maybe linking a Google Drive and all that, but we do like the analytics that come with the Drive-Thru RPG. So yeah, I think that you're right, McNancy. Getting in large pushes of these things is probably the way to go. At least it is right now, while we're still so far behind as far as getting these things out. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. We just want to thank you again. Thank everybody again for the love that Background Ballads has received. I actually don't know if we saw all of that stuff. Let me go here really quick. Gonna try not to broadcast like passwords or anything, but go to the sales report real quick. So yeah, let's go to all products, run report, summary by title. Check this out, y'all. So this is just over December. So the numbers are a little bit fewer. But check this out. Like we've got solid downloads, a couple of downloads for several of our printed things here. I'm actually going to go back because this was what blew me away. So let's run this since the beginning of November. Yeah, look at that shit. 337 downloads, including our new core rules, which we cannot thank you enough. Whoever paid us money for Under the Red River, thanks. You should get your $5 back. But yeah, no, you guys have downloaded these a ton. A Mask Lifted got like 73 downloads. Into the Sunrise got 63. We just want to thank you so much. We did not expect any response of this level. And it's been very encouraging, especially with our trip to PAX over the last weekend. So thank you so much to everybody. Can release them on a seasonal basis to give predictable product fans can watch for. Yeah, no, that's sort of the idea, right? One of the things that we really want to do is, because Corey and I are both GMs in our own private games, we have a great deal of sympathy for GMs out there who are struggling to find like quality resources to run their games with. There's only so much you can do, obviously, especially for like system agnostic stuff. But we do want to try and give people kind of predictable things that they know they can get that are good and like high quality. So that's the niche market that we're working on is overworked GMs. That being said, we do just one more time want to thank you all again for the support for the channel. If you are watching for the first time, like Gemma Mari was, feel free to give us a like and a follow. Smash that. Fuck it. Just follow the channel. It helps us if you want to do that, or don't. It's cool. We will be back tomorrow. I made myself bummed out with that. I'm sorry. I'm bummed out now. We'll be back tomorrow on this same channel at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Corey and I will give kind of the rundown of our experience at PAX, and give y'all an idea of what's to come on the channel. Expect a lot of talk about playtesting and a lot of us begging people to please come playtest our game on stream. We would love to have you on. But yeah, we'll get more into it tomorrow. Until then, thank you all so much for your time. And yeah, you guys have a good night. We'll see you later. Bye.